Welcome everyone to Stepfans and Chill. It's the morning show with the late night feel. I'm your host. I'm Mikey Winfield, and you guys, we're embarking on a new energy today. Not one that I typically even want to continue, but I want to say it's at least to start with an emotional energy. And I had to be told several times that it's okay to show emotion. And this is something that, like the greatest actors will help you to invoke. They will have performances that draw out emotion because they're able to really just hone in on it. And I've been one to try my best to avoid it as often as possible. And I know that's not even healthy because that's why they make tear ducts, so you can actually use them. And I believe that when you're not using them, your body is not functioning till its full capability. And, I want to say yesterday, it was just, I couldn't even fight it, and it overtook me. And it was because, it was my mom's birthday. And my mom passed, 4 years ago. And my brother, he sent this nice group message with some great words, and then he put photos in there. And it was just the photos. And the reason I just didn't want to feel it right then. I wanted to control it and I couldn't because I had work to do. I had things to get done, and I just didn't feel like I was in the right emotional energy for the work I was trying to do. And then it keeps replaying in my head. It's okay to feel, and then you're just going to end up bringing something different, maybe unexpected, that wasn't for this project, that may, I don't know, maybe it enhances it. Maybe it makes it something special. And it was a difficult day, and it's weird when you think you're fine. You think, okay, it's been years. I know how to cope with these things. It just finds its way of coming in waves or returning in ways you don't expect. And I think that was it for me. And then I took my time. I went and found my corner and jumped into all the, the energy of it and the reminiscing. And, around this time, I know it affects many more than ever when you jump into holiday seasons. And I guess I'm here to just say, let it happen. Like, let it release. Because when you do, it actually feels so good to just get it out, to just release it instead of bottling it in. There's other things I bottle in. Sometimes I might hang on to some anger because I wanted to, come out when I wanted to come out. Like, just, oh yeah, then. So I'll just pocket it somewhere. I can't even say the word I'm about to say, but compartmentalize. Y'all got it. That was close enough. And I'll stash it there, and then I'll just, this is when I need it. But those other ones, sometimes I just say don't fight it, and just let it pour and be that. And I wish I would, I wish I would trust myself a little more often to dive into that energy. Even if it's not that specific thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to cry more, but just not off of negative stuff. Like, maybe you should recommend certain movies to me. I can only watch that part on Remember the Titans so many different times when they're like, strong side, weak side. And that's when the black people and the white people start to bond, and they start to click, and they start to win games, and they're like, strong side, red side. And I'm like, man, that gets me every time, but I can only watch Remember the Titans so many times. So There's other movies too, man. I don't know. Something just got me the other day. Whoa, man, what was it? I don't know. Maybe there's just like you know how when you bring up stuff like this, people start judging you. But you know how women had their periods or something? You know, I feel like maybe that's what others go through who aren't women. Maybe like we go through like a portion of time where you're just extra sensitive. And maybe I'm currently in one because I'm feeling things more than I feel like I have in the past. And I don't know, I'm kind of afraid of it, you know? I just don't want to pop up on stage one day or just start talking to someone and then there's tears rolling down my face and they're like, "You okay?" I'm like, you know, but I recommend not fighting it. So when it happens, I guess just allow it. And when I did that the second time, I guess I still kind of controlled it. I really felt better. Okay. So shifting gears, some of you just got up. You know what I'm tired of? Like, stop looking to be so angry online. Some of you just wake up pissed off, and you could tell in the comments, because when they type their comments, it's in all caps. Like, you know what all caps means? It means you're yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. I need you to calm your tone down and put it in all lowercase caps. Because, you know, lowercase caps, that's you using your inside voice. And a lot of times, I'm in the inside in the morning when I'm reading these comments. So I need you to stop all capping at me. Even a good morning in all caps is aggressive. Nobody wants to be told, "Good morning." We just want a good morning. How you wake someone up could really be the energy they take on the entire day. That's why a lot of black moms, man, growing up, when you're like, "Get your ass out of bed," you had your kids starting off on a terrible day. Now listen, I don't know if this went on in other homes. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. That's all we had with black people, so we shared stories in first period about how bad our days were because our moms yelled at us to get up and go to school. We were gonna make it. We were gonna get to school, but get out of bed! Your clothes washed! Waking up like that was never a solid way to walk in the first period. That's why we walk in, we all angry, we opening our backpacks with an attitude, and you're like, "Is something wrong, Mr. Winfield?" Yes, something is wrong, but I don't know what it is, because we didn't know that that was the energy that was creating this. We just went to school and we was pissed off and didn't know why, and not knowing how to channel and this energy and even understand where it came from. It was just this, because it's vibes, man. It's energy. The energy you give on others is received. And I'm Pisces empath. I take on this energy, and that's who I become. So if I'm being screamed at, I'm just gonna remove myself, because at least now I know these things. These are not things you know. So I'm talking to y'all who are so angry online. You know who you are. You don't even brush your teeth. You just wake up and grab your phone and you start scrolling and looking for everything you disagree with. And you're like, no, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't you, I don't know, like, ease into it. especially you West Coast PCT timers. You know who I'm talking about. You 3 hours behind the East Coast, and you feel like, oh man, I'm behind. So, I gotta act faster. No, take your time. Brush your teeth. Take some deep breaths. And anyone, listen, there's a lot of people who say they don't pick up their phone first thing in the morning. I think it's a problem when you do. I think the first thing you should do is breathe and receive. Give yourself I'm going to go on the low end. Give yourself 10 minutes of just you time. I think another reason that people's energy is off is because your alarms are too aggressive. Almost like you're afraid if the alarm's not crazy, you won't wake up. I'm talking about those of you with those alarms that wake up people in the next room. That's rude and disrespectful. You know your alarm is 6:38 a.m. and something's like, it's like, please, why are you doing this to everybody? Why don't you wear headphones or something? Sleep with them so the alarm only goes to you. So because you gotta get up, now we all gotta get up. You think that's respectful? That's mean. And it's nothing that we should tolerate. If you got a mean alarm person in your home, it needs to be handled, all right? It needs to be taken care of starting this moment so you're not dealing with it the following morning. Yes, there needs to be alarm separation. Alarm should be in separate something. It should be in your ears only. If you're supposed to wake up at a certain time, you should be the only one waking up at that time. I don't even know if I'm done with this. Okay. I don't know. Everyone's fuel is different. So I get it. I just feel like it's more valuable to you to wake up with peace. Not in ways that you're going to raise your blood pressure like the first thing out of bed. But if you're going to allow yourself to wake up, jump online, and then a conversation about who's the GOAT between Jordan and LeBron, if you're going to let that ruin your entire day, it's your approach. Because we all know who the GOAT is. The greatest of all time? Really? You know what? I'm going to talk about that at another time. But we all know who's the greatest to ever pick up the ball on a basketball court. We all know that. So that's all I'm saying. Those of you jumping into these rude, angry conversations so early, I don't know. You're giving yourself an injustice. Your whole outlook on life could be different if you just gave yourself time versus, You know what happens too? You wake up, you put that bright light energy right in your face. I just want the world better. That's what I wake up angry about every morning. I wake up pissed off that I haven't made the world better. All right, this is valuable. We'll come back to this. All right, you guys, before I jump into this next segment, I just want to thank all the Stepfans. Thank you guys for supporting all this madness going on. I'm dropping stuff all over the place. I'm touring. I'm hitting a bunch of cities. Thanks for buying tickets in advance. It's already showing. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the disagreements. A lot of people disagree with a lot of the things I said last week about how to handle a certain specific thing in a relationship. They said I shouldn't be so emotional when it comes to being angry, and you should come and enter things calmly. Well, guess what? No. I had it right. How happy are you right now? I'm happy. Can't you see it? See that? Joy and happiness. But next, here's the part we're all looking for, you guys. Jump into some of these relationship stories, see what people need help with. And a lot of times, I can't always help the writer. But if you're listening, it may be you that grows and picks up something from this. So let's find out together because I don't know. All right. This writer says, he says, my wife told me to go sleep on the couch. I refused, and now she won't talk to me. This is good. This is good already. That's a big conversation, because that go sleep on the couch thing is a stereotype. Go sleep on the couch. Who are you? Who are you to just tell a person to go sleep on the couch? Guess what? If you don't want to sleep on this expensive bed that I purchased, or maybe you do want to sleep. That's why you're trying to get the other person to go to the couch. But no, if you don't want to be near me, you get away. Don't tell me to leave. If I wanted to go sleep on the couch, that's where I would go sleep. See, I got a nice bed. My couch is cool, but I'm not a person who likes to sleep on couches. I spent a lot on my bed. Like, it's one of those ones that when you lay on it, you sink into it a little bit, and then it form-fits your body. And then during the course of the night, it massages you and tells you how amazing you are at life. And then it gives you affirmations all evening and then nature sounds. So when I'm laying, I'm being rejuvenated, refreshed, and I'm getting my number one love language, that's actually not my number one love language, but I'm getting words of affirmation. So my bed is doing all the work. My bed is laying there. It's like, you're the greatest. You're the greatest to ever do it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the energy and the glow. Keep shining. So that's what my bed is telling me while it's sinking in slightly. So if I'm in the bed and she's like, get out, go sleep on the couch. No, you get out. I'm going nowhere. However, let's read the story. It might be a reason to get out. Who knows? This whole thing started last week when I decided to buy a project car for me and my daughter to work on as a father and daughter thing. Aw, that's very sweet so far. My daughter, wife's stepdaughter, is really into old cars, and I figured that we would restore one together while I'm young and have the energy. He is 30 years old. We went on a road trip to pick up the car and trailer it back home. All I told my wife was that I was going to pick up a surprise for my daughter. Well, you know what? You don't surprise. What is it? Let's have with all these people on surprises. No, you surprise your daughter. You don't surprise your wife. You need to tell your wife, this is what I'm going to do. And I get it. There's a lot of things men don't want to tell women because women will say, that's not smart. That's not a good idea. Don't think that I'm going to help you with it. You shouldn't do it. No. Don't do it. So I get it. I know why sometimes things are kept because people feel like they know the other person's reaction, but there's certain surprises that just don't count. However, this may not even be a problem in your relationship. Let me continue. All right. All I told my wife was that I'm going to pick up a surprise for my daughter. Get back, and wife is not happy about purchasing the car. The car cost us $12,000. Ha! You're an asshole. Wow. That's why you didn't tell her. See, this is the reason you need to tell women what you're doing, because women are going to make the wiser choice. They're going to make decisions that are good for the entire family versus these men who just go out, think they know everything, and make terrible decisions because they cannot think alone, which is the reason many of them got married in the first place. Because two minds are often stronger than one, and when the man decides to go ahead and use his own and go spend the family's $12,000 on a project car without consulting his wife, these type of things happen. Unhappiness. Wife lectures me about being reckless with her money. As you did. She's upset that I didn't ask her permission. That's a disgusting word. That is such a disgusting word in unions, in relationships and marriages. Permission. Blech, that's dirty. It's filthy. We can have a discussion. Maybe I can have your grace. Maybe I can have, your support. But your permission, get out of here with permission. I don't need nobody's permission. It's the reason I became an adult, or I would have just stayed a child. All right? I'm an adult because I don't ask for permission for anything. We'll talk about it. We'll compromise. But permission, get out of here. It's a dirty word. And if you feel like that's what it's going to be, then that means we just won't be in a relationship together. All right. Then I respond back with, you have a 2023 Range Rover, a $300 a month gym membership, not to mention she has a Peloton bike. And I don't mind spending $10,000 a vacation early. Keep in mind, my wife doesn't work and hasn't worked in years. Well, guess what? Whose decision was that? That doesn't mean she doesn't have input on the decisions because she doesn't work. So now you're coming at it very, I forgot the word. Misogynistic? Yeah. I just didn't know if it was misogynistic. You're coming at it. You're just not approaching this well. You can't come at it even without saying it, even with the energy of, she doesn't work, so she shouldn't have input on these decisions. Nah, don't do it that way. That's also pretty filthy. All right. I drive a 14-year-old truck that's paid for, and I work out at Workout Anytime for $20 a month. That sounds like a commercial plug, but they're not paying me, but it is funny. There's a place called Workout Anytime, and it's $20 a month. That sounds like you just, you go to another room where you got a little bit of equipment at. That's pretty cool, though. That sounds like a good thing. I wonder where that's located. All right. So I get where you're coming up with. You've built these little deep, dark resentments about your wife. That's what's not being said right now. Because you have a 14-year-old truck and she has this Range Rover. You spend $20 a month on the gym. She spends $300 a month. And why does she need a $300 gym membership? What is she doing in there? Is she getting like a full-on salon? She getting the works? Is she getting massages? She got a personal trainer? Is she having little secret rendezvous in the steam room? What's going on where you need a $300 a month membership? Maybe she needs to go to your gym and work out anytime for $20. That's wild. Later that night, my wife tells me to go to sleep on the couch. Oh, we're just getting to the action. Which is the first time she said that in our 4-year marriage. Okay, great. You've only been married 4 years. It's going to happen a lot. It's not right, but it's going to happen. I refuse to leave the $5,000 bed that I paid for. I hear you, playboy. I hear you right there. You speaking my language right now. Yeah, if I spend, listen, This is where the I spent money comes into play. All right. If I spent $5,000 on the bed, by the way, I spent even more. Flex. If I spent that much on the bed, that means I will roll my bed into the living room. But you're not just going to be in there laying in my expensive bed while I go sleep on that little lousy couch that you sit on and watch TV on all day. Nah. We just need to communicate better right now. Why don't you move, I don't know, a couch into the bedroom and you sleep on that couch? Or is it that you don't want to be around me? Then don't be around me. But I'm sleeping on this bed. You're not about to tell me to sleep on the couch. And you know what? I just learned this in conversation. You know what a woman will do? She will just keep coming at you. Just keep blah, blah, blah. Keep nagging at you. Because men will get tired of arguing eventually. That is one of our strengths. We will eventually just be over it. But that's another woman power. She will not. She can go as long as she wants to when it comes to arguments. And therefore, in our minds, we want to leave. We're like, I'm out. I am out of here. That's why those of you men, especially younger men, find yourself an older woman. And when I say older, I mean like 44 plus. Because even though she still has a little bit of sass, by then she's over it. She's like, I don't need all that drama and stuff like that, you know. So that's who you want in your lives versus the girl that's 32. Oh, she's peak drama. She's ready to fight. She might even try to physically fight you. They are full of, I think 32-year-old women have testosterone. I think they have a chemical that's making them explosive. So when it's fight time, they ready to go. Could be wrong. Let's find out. All right. I refuse to leave the $5,000 bed that I paid for. I thought telling your husband to sleep on the couch was only a TV thing. My mother never told my father to go sleep on the couch. Yes, she did. You think you know every problem that went on in your parents' relationship? You do not know the half of it. And let me tell you guys, I don't think you want to know either. If you want to view your parents way differently than you currently view them, like you may not like them now. If you find out some of the arguments they had and some of the things they went through, you're going to really look at them different. And here's a key reminder, you guys. Your parents are human. They're probably assholes. They're probably sweet and kind. There are a lot of things because they're human. So they're all encompassing. We all are. Don't ever forget that. I know we like to look at them as heroes, and they can be. They can be beautiful, heroic people, but they're also human at their core. So for you to say you don't think your mom ever threw your dad out, maybe she didn't. But that doesn't mean she didn't do another thing she probably smashed a neighbor. Yeah, she probably did a lot of stuff. That's probably back when they had milkmen. She was probably knocking down the milkmen. That's why your little sister is another race. All right, that was uncalled for. All right. Anyways, I slept in my bed that night. I offered my wife to go sleep on the couch or in the spare bedroom, but she declined. I agree. The following morning, my wife started crying. Here we go. And throwing a tantrum about how I disrespected her by not leaving the room. What do you guys think at this point? Do you think that's disrespect of him not leaving the room? All right, listen, for whatever reason he didn't leave the room, it is both of their room. But tell me how you feel. Do you think he should have left the room, or should she have left the room since she didn't want to be around him? I don't know. I guess her mother told her about how she shouldn't let this slide. See, just keep your parents out of your relationship problems, all right? Keep them out of it. This is the type of things that happen when you involve your parents. They shouldn't know any of it. Wife says she's going to give me the silent treatment until I apologize about not sleeping on the couch when I ask. This is a dysfunctional 4-year marriage, all right? I'm going to read a little bit more, but I get and I know my advice for you at this point, all right? Says at this point, it's not about the car anymore, which is why I'm standing my ground and decided not to apologize. All right, so that's a strong move for you not to apologize. Here's what you guys need. You need counseling. You need a mediator, and you need to be able to hear each other. You're not hearing each other right now, and that is the issue. Consulting your parents, who's always going to hear one side of the story. Yeah, you were out of pocket. You went and bought a $12,000 car and didn't consult your wife. That was wrong. She kicked you out the room and told you to go sleep on the couch. That's out of pocket. You guys need someone in the middle. You guys are both approaching these things wrong. Guess what else is going to happen? Your marriage is not going to last. That's not funny at all. I was really just joking. But with this approach, if you guys do not get what you need right now, I feel so many resentments are being built up. They're just going to continue to grow. They're going to get slipped under the rug. You're going to move on. I think you should apologize because you're wrong. I think she should also apologize, but she's probably not seeing it that way until someone else tells her that it would be wise to have some accountability in this as well, because we all should have accountability. This is not just a gender thing. Humans should have accountability. It is healthy for your relationship when you take ownership in it. All right. That's all I got for y'all. And that's our story for the day. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to close with this. We opened up the show talking about those of you that are just so angry online. And, you know, anger's good. It's a fun emotion. But anger, when you first wake up, is just, yeah. And they're always trying to talk about vegans. Vegans that get on there and cuss you out for eating ribs on camera. No, they don't. Vegans are not the problem. Vegans might mention they vegan. It's you angry meat eaters coming with all the aggression. Yes, vegans are actually the calmest ones. You think vegans got the energy to cuss? No, vegans can't cuss. They don't have that type of energy. Meat eaters, you're the villains. You just think you're being attacked. Vegans don't even care. They don't care. You're the ones that's like, why would you eat that if it tastes just like meat? You might as well eat the real thing. Well, you know why vegans don't eat the real thing? Because the real thing is full of, I don't know, things that cause high blood pressure, things that cause high cholesterol. You know, many of us were raised wrong. We weren't given nutritional facts. Everyone can do better when it comes to your diets and your nutrition. Why do you think people look like this? Why do you think people are in hospitals with tubes hanging all out their bodies? It's because they've been putting trash in their body their entire lives. Just because you were raised a certain way doesn't mean you have to live by those rules, okay? Let's go vice versa. Some of you were raised vegetarian and vegan. That don't mean you have to stay it, but I say you should put healthy things into your temple, okay? How about a smoothie with ginger? Yeah. Listen, I want to thank everyone today. Thank you for tuning in to Stepfans and Chill. Today was not chill, you know, but it's going to be that way sometimes. But thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Thank you for being fans. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for challenging me. You know, I don't claim to be right about everything, even though I mostly am. But I like it when you feel comfortable sharing your opinion. That's what's happening in life right now. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Another Stepfans and Chill the Morning Show with the late night feel. Mikey Winfield here. I love you. Holla at you the next time.